This chart shows a projection of primary energy sources. The projection clearly shows how some of the main sources today, such as coal, oil, and natural gas, give way to renewable sources such as wind and solar. But in this new energy mix, where is hydrogen? The answer is that hydrogen is not, a priori, a primary energy source. Rather, it is an intermediate vector or carrier produced from one of the other primary sources. A simple example is the production of hydrogen by electrolysis from electricity generated by a photovoltaic plant. In that case, the primary source would be the solar energy. Let's see then what role this immediate vector has in the transition towards a zero-emission environment. The energy transition, a transition towards a 100% electricity-based economy, presents some important challenges. For example, the intermittency of renewables leads to occasional imbalances between the generation and consumption, or supply and demand, of electricity. By changing the primary sources of energy, profound changes are required in the infrastructure at all levels. On the consumption side, there are functions that are difficult to electrify, such as long-range transport or energy-intensive industries. On the other hand, to the extent that carbon is captured, it becomes necessary to reuse it as fuel or raw material. Faced with these challenges, let's see the role that hydrogen could play in this transition. Hydrogen allows us to couple renewable generation with demand. For example, producing hydrogen by electrolysis in periods of excess electrical energy. The global energy distribution accomplished today by ships or pipelines dedicated to hydrocarbons can be replaced by the equivalent transportation of hydrogen. Similarly, hydrogen storage could replace the current massive tanks built to hold hydrocarbons. It has been shown that hydrogen can replace the distribution and consumption of fuels in vehicles. Hydrogen used as a raw material for different industries such as fertilizers, chemicals, and food should be produced from renewable sources. To avoid the emission of captured carbon, it can be reused by combining it with hydrogen for its conversion into other products such as methanol. Hydrogen can also serve as a source of heat, whether indirect or by combustion, and is a valid solution for industrial and residential buildings. Now, of the multiple roles mentioned, we are going to go deeper into 3 of them. While using intermittently available renewable energy, it is possible to match supply and demand through hydrogen. Regarding transportation, hydrogen is viewed as an ideal fuel for long-distance vehicles such as trucks, trains, and ships. Finally, let's recall that hydrogen is already consumed in large amounts as a feedstock produced from fossil fuels. There is a huge opportunity for the hydrogen industry to proceed with its own decarbonization.